Okay, this is maybe the third try as the charm tonight. The internet connection's a little wonky. My one true love. Gag Master Challenge number 14. Butcher, I already had Butcher. Paper hanger, what? I was just talking about wallpaper with somebody yesterday. And then we got department store. Then we got deceiving expectation, which I already had. So let's try that last one again. Indifference, already had. Commonplace article used for unusual purpose. Okay. Paper hanger, department store. Paper hanger, department store. Commonplace article, right. Commonplace article. Unusual purpose. There she is. There's my Gemma, Gemma, Gemma. What are you up to, you little saboteur? You little saboteur. Come on. Gemma. You couldn't resist, could you? No. You couldn't resist, could you? Gemma, please. What a stinker. Oh my God, Gemma. You are such a pest. I can't believe what a pest you are. I could do these in half as much time if you, stinker, didn't always have to come in here swooping in, making so much troubles. Gemma. So tonight's the first night that I've had this. Come here. Get your butt over here. I've had this live stream listed under how to. I don't know why I chose that, but I have been watching a lot of how-to videos from other YouTubers, but not art related. So I kind of find it a cool little niche, especially when you're not quite sure how to do something and somebody else in this universe either specializes in that task or have at least a workable knowledge that puts your total ignorance to shame. Come on. Come on. So the how-to here is, I'm not using any pencils. So that adds a layer of difficulty or just another sort of unnecessary challenge. But in this case, I'm doing it for a couple reasons. One, not just the challenge. Two, if I hear a beeping sound anytime in the next 5 to 10 minutes, it's because we've had a couple gray days in a row here in North Carolina, and my solar batteries have not been getting as much charge as they could. So the beeping sound would be the charge controller / inverter both telling me that I'm about to run out of power. Because all this right now is off of my computer, which is tethered or in sync via Bluetooth with the phone. What are you trying to accomplish? So I had an idea for this one right out the gate, but besides Gemma sabotaging and like she normally does, I'm using smaller paper again. This is that computer paper from the 1980s that I got for free for helping a friend clean out her attic. That's it. So how do you go about solving the riddle of the props? It's just sort of, I guess, like riding a bicycle. The more you do it, the better you get at it, kind of a thing. So really, it's just the repetition, and most of the artists who are professionals in the industry will be in agreement with that. You sort of end up on an autopilot. I'm messing this one up though, big time. I used to do a lot of cartooning in high school where I didn't pencil, but usually it was goofy stuff, and it was usually like merge comical faces and whatnot. And not only did I screw up sort of the perspective and due to using this smaller size paper, but I haven't left any room for either a descriptive word block or even a word balloon, and there's almost no way to give an indication that this is even in a department store at this point. Well, look who came back after getting the boot. Couldn't resist, could you? So I've cornered myself here by lack of preparation. What that means is screwed the pooch. This is probably the worst that I've done. I'm going to do another one right after this, though. I feel like I need some kind of redemption. Like, I mean, immediately after this, if I might have to switch my, I've got a couple of batteries charged for my solar panel setup that are just sitting beside the charge controller. I actually charge batteries using the sun when they're not connected. So under the heading of how to, this particular strip would be how not to do a Gag Master challenge. I kind of got lucky with the last one that I did without pencil. It wasn't god awful, but this one is. So all of the professionals in any industry will say, when you're learning how to do something, also study how not to do something. So I'm providing a public service, albeit unintentional. Nobody tries to suck ass. Well, some people might disagree, but I think that's a preference and maybe who they identify with. Anyway, I'm not trying to suck ass. So the words here in this balloon are attempting to pull everything together since I went off the reservation to such a degree. My angle of the dangle may have been okay for a larger sheet of paper, but I quickly used up any real estate that could have given any hints that there was actually a department store involved here. So therefore, the words of the main and only character are attempting to convey, oh yeah, this is taking place in a department store, which is really a bad bit of cartooning. In screenplay writing, the old adage of show, don't tell is probably the most repeated amongst professionals and amateurs. Amateurs who at least know the basics, right? So I've broken that rule and gone into Quentin Tarantino exposition territory. I just needed to add some kind of a pattern to the actual wallpaper, besides the pattern of dirty shoe prints. But having failed on some levels, I at least did hit the most difficult criteria, which has been a challenge for all the previous Gag Master cartoon challenges, which is the abstraction. The abstraction is when we spin the arrow, the abstraction is not the character and not the location, but the sort of invisible glue that's supposed to pull the whole thing together. All right. Well, what do they say? Back to the old drawing board. In this case, immediately. Excuse me, gentlemen. Better luck next time.